The holiday season is upon us. We've got the gift of the NFL as we're underway here in Week 16. No run back here on the opening kickoff as we'll start at the 25. Materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
Defensively, we always know that he is tough in run support, and I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game, then reading, reacting, and taking the right path to the ball carrier.
Flag comes in. This might be a free play. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. And that one was relatively easy to see. I noticed that from up here.
Yeah, it doesn't take a whole lot, does it? Sometimes you get multiples. What I always love on these offsides is when each side points at the other. Hey, you did it. No, you did it. They deciphered that one correctly.
Throwing on 2nd and 3. Smith. Open man. That's Noah Fant, the tight end. 7 yards there and a first down.
Sometimes it's designed, and sometimes you just have to know when to leave the pocket and move and make something happen. And on that play, he was able to get on the run and was still accurate throwing the football.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. That burst good for 20 and a first down.
How best to describe that one? I'd say right down Broadway on that run.
A straight ahead running. I think that might be something we see a lot of between the tackles today.
Well, he's enjoying things so far here this afternoon. Sees a crease and bursts through it for a solid gain.
Walker now on 1st and 10. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. Now Geno. And too much juice. It'll be out of bounds, incomplete.
Christmas Eve here in 2022. A big slate today of Saturday games. But we will have, ready for this, a triple header of action on Christmas Day tomorrow. I think it's pretty safe to say we won't have a white Christmas in any of these places, however. We start with the Packers and Dolphins in Miami at 1 Eastern. Then you got the Broncos and Rams from Los Angeles. And then finally, the Bucs and Cardinals at 8:20 Eastern in the desert. Plus one more for good measure on Monday. Once the family's all gone back home and Grandma's potted out of the house, grab the leftovers and sit back and watch the Chargers and the Colts from Indianapolis.
And this one will not get there. It's off to the left anyway. It's no good, and this will remain a scoreless game.
Now, if this was a clear day in September, I'd say this is well within his range. I'd feel very confident about this kick, but let's be honest about it. In these elements, the difficulty level gets ratcheted up by at least a factor of 5.
Good field position to start the drive after the missed field goal. Here's first down from the 42. To throw, it's Mahomes.
They'll get this complete to Kadarius Toney.
And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. That goes for a gain of 31.
When they've needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver it. As this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
They fake the give. Now Mahomes looking for the end zone. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
The Chiefs in trouble to start play, 6-8 on the year. And they come in losers of 2 straight, so trying to turn things around here.
And you just mentioned 2 straight, and when you're talking about 2 games, that's nothing to panic about. They feel like they've been a little bit unlucky in the last couple. This is a club that's more than capable of turning things around, and I expect them to play really well here.
2nd and 10 now from the 27. And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28.
Backed up here, tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the first.
Play action, now it's Mahomes. He's got his man, Valdez-Scantling. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks' 12-yard line. The Chiefs have got the passing game rolling a bit, and another first down. Here's Mahomes to throw.
That's complete to Tony.
The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And that's going to bring up 2nd down. From the gun, they'll try to run it. And they'll get this from the 8 to the 5. Pickup of 3. He's hit pay dirt a lot this year, but not that time.
Yeah, I'm tracking right there with you. You're exactly right. He's found the end zone plenty of times. No way I can find any fault with the call. He may not have scored there, but of course you're going to give it to him.
And now the Seahawks are going to take a timeout here on defense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. 7th play of the drive now as they come up on a 3rd and 3.
They'll run for the first time with Clyde Edwards-Helaire.
That is not going to be any help as they dump him behind the line of scrimmage. So on 4th down, Mahomes off, Harrison Butker on for the Chiefs field goal. From the left hash, a chip shot here. Butker's kick here is good. And the Chiefs are out to a 3-0 lead. So a pretty good opening drive that'll make the home fans somewhat happy. They wanted 6, but they got 3 in the early lead.
And they should be happy. The guys look good getting down the field. That's got to give them a little bit of hope that good things are in store here today for them.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they told their offensive guys, can we get a little bit closer this time?
Closer.
Yeah, you know, I'd rather get in the end zone first and foremost. But if all else fails, less of a field goal attempt for him.
They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. Back to throw, Smith.
And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's 3rd down.
They'll put a check mark in the box where the defense coordinator was saying, how well can we stay with these receivers if we're in man coverage? Because he just did it on that one, force the incompletion. That'll allow him to get bolder with his pass rush, won't it?
Absolutely. Frees up your guys elsewhere. Smith on 3rd down. Into a double team, and it's intercepted.
Trent McDuffie with a pick. And the Chiefs are going to take possession of the football. Well, we saw plenty of that during his much-heralded college career. He parlayed that into becoming a first-round selection. And now here he is making interceptions in the National Football League.
And this is a guy that has all the physical tools, but the thing that sets him apart is what he's got between his ears. And that's the sixth sense for knowing where the football is going. Just an excellent play there to create the turnover.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. They go play action. Now Mahomes. throws his body, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Jamal Adams.
And the Seahawks are going to get it back here just past the 35.
They're trying to resurrect his confidence. Last week was a disaster. 5 interceptions in that loss, and another pick there.
I played with a quarterback like this before, and he had a tough game, and the head coach said, I'll take him, I'll fix him. The very next game, he started out the exact same way. The head coach turned to the offense coordinator and said, he's yours from now on. Someone has to take responsibility and work with him and try and get him settled.
And he'll be out of bounds up near the 45 at the 44.
Let's go.
3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. After the interception, here's Smith. He's got his big tight end, Fant. And able to use the stiff arm to gain leverage initially, but not much room thereafter.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
Throwing again on 2nd down, but this time it's incomplete.
That was not a real confident throw right there, and he's just 2 of 7 to start the game. Now he's going to have to find a groove with a big 3rd down coming up. Let's see if his confidence can increase.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Smith. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked up by Justin Reed. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown.
Coaches preach all the time about opportunities and taking advantage of them, and he did exactly that. I used to have a coach tell us all the time, a lost opportunity is never regained. Well, no regrets here. He picked that one off and took it to the house.
You always worry about the plant foot in the snow, but no problems there. And the lead grows to 10-0.
Taken in at the 3.
Now a hit and a loose football. And it's picked up by the Chiefs. And his guys are going to get the football at the 23-yard line.
And while all of that was going on, we have an injured player out there in need of some attention. Always unfortunate to see an injury, especially this close to the end of the regular season. We'll step aside.
On 1st down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
On 2nd and 7, Mahomes.
And that nearly intercepted. It's incomplete. Now, remember, he had a pick earlier, but couldn't reel that one in.
Well, nearly another interception there. That would have been 2 drives in a row with a pick. He's got to start taking care of the ball way better than what we're seeing.
Interestingly, that throw was probably worse than the one he threw the interception on last drive, but fell incomplete. Throwing is Mahomes on 3rd.
The throw for Tony is intercepted. Picked off by Kobe Bryant. And the Seahawks are going to take over once again, and they'll have it at their own 8-yard line.
And that felt like a little extra pressure on that 3rd down attempt, and their mistake cost them points because they're inside the red zone. So you know you've got at least a field goal waiting for you. And in this case, they end up with nothing.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense.
They got the ball now following a big play, keeping the other guys out of the end zone. Now they'll start deep in their own territory, 1st and 10.
Going for Metcalf on the deep ball, and that is incomplete. Took a shot there on 1st down, but he couldn't reel it in.
They got multiple opportunities on offense and still haven't scored any points. Felt like they wanted to loosen things up, throw it downfield, and see if maybe they could get a big play and a quick strike.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Smith going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And got his man complete. Past the 20. And all the way in. Touchdown, Seattle. Maybe that is the boost that this offense needed.
They did nothing the entire half, but out of the blue comes this big shot here. You're exactly right. Like a dunk in basketball, like a home run in baseball, maybe a solo shot. Sometimes you need that big play to get things ignited.
And they'll accept that penalty.
After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield. Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. Trying to shake off the interception, he'll look to throw. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Well, he certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
On 2nd down, they'll run it here. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. They go play fake. Mahomes. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And the Seahawks have picked it up. And they bring this one back. It's a fumble recovery and a Seattle touchdown. So the big fella gets on the scoreboard with a return for a touchdown. Good thing he didn't have to go too far, though.
You know the trainers were very happy about that. Imagine having to go get him in the end zone, escort him to the bench, and give him the oxygen. They were loving the fact that he got in without having to run very far.
Extra point up and through. And the lead is now 14-10. So here's the kickoff now as he'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. The partner just looking at some of the struggles they've had this season. The playoffs are not in their future. As they start to peer toward the offseason, what moves might they make?
I think the running back position, and I know we talk all the time about the NFL being a passing league, but the teams that run the ball effectively, they're the ones that go deep into the playoffs and go to the Super Bowl. They have to upgrade here. And you and I both know in recent years in the draft, people have shied away from taking a runner early, but if there's that special one there, I say they go get him.
Now a deep ball there on 2nd down, but it'll wind up incomplete.
There is something to a game plan with trying to keep a defense honest. With a guy with that type of speed, you do so. Send him deep, try and throw some air under it, and hope you connect downfield. On that play, they were unsuccessful.
The Chiefs on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 10. Now here's Mahomes. Looking underneath, and he finds McKinnon. And he will have the Chiefs first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. And a nice milestone reached on that last throw is here late in the season. He goes over 4,000 yards passing.
And he's really thrown the ball well all season long. Had some big games along the way. He's inspired his receiving corps to go out and make plays for him in each and every ball game.
Now a man open down the middle of the field. Touchdown!
All you hear from coaches and personnel directors in the NFL, how difficult it is for a rookie receiver to have an impact on the game. So much to learn, so much offense to absorb. Looks like he's picking it up pretty well.
I would say so. And how about that for your first career NFL touchdown?
I don't know that he envisioned it quite that way, but if he was smart, he probably dreamed about it a little bit.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. They'll start this drive out on the ground. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
The previous run, good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard. On 2nd down, it's Walker. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a 1st down. Back to Walker on 1st down. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
They'll try the air now with Smith. Left side here, that's the tight end Fant. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work this to the 45. 3rd catch of this first half for him, and this one is a 1st down. Geno now to throw. Going right back to Fant. And he's going to be taken down right at the 40-yard line.
And let's face it, you can put any Halloween costume on him. You're not going to be able to disguise him, because for a tight end of his size, difficult to sneak him anywhere, but that's what they tried to do. Lined up on his right, tried to work his way back to his left, but just a minimal gain as the defense was able to react quickly.
And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. They get 17 on that one, move the chains, 1st down Seahawks.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
Now Geno on 1st down. He'll find Metcalf. And they're going to get this down inside the 20. That is catch number 300 now for his NFL career. Now a 2nd down and 6. Throwing now is Geno. Touchdown, Seahawks. A great effort there. Hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Seahawks will take the lead here in the final minute of the first half. Extra point right down the middle. And that will make this a 4-point game. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the 2nd quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. On 2nd and 10, Mahomes got an open man. It's Valdez-Scantling. The Chiefs now going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down.
From the gun on 3rd down, Mahomes.
And Mahomes misfires again, and it's intercepted. Picked by Julian Love. And the Seahawks will take over possession here up at the 44. A nightmare of a first half for him. That's now 3 interceptions. But Charles, with his talent, if anyone can shake this off and right the ship, it's him.
I agree, because you don't get to be one of the best quarterbacks in the league without developing some major mental toughness. So I expect him to go to the locker room at halftime, hit the reset button, and come out a new guy in half number 2.
That one good for 14 and a Seahawk first.
So many times in my career I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing, but as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
Smith on 1st down. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Good defensive call right there, because they had someone shadowing him along his entire route. And he was right there ready to provide a hit that prevents him from making another catch to his big start.
19 Tiger. Left wing 19. Hey, pass. 60 Radler. 18 Radler.
The final shot here before break. Smith. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted.
Trent McDuffie with a pick. And he will be brought down on what will be the final play of this first half.
So we are at halftime here on Christmas Eve as we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gordon, set and ready to rock for the 3rd quarter. Not much has changed since we left you at halftime. The snow still continuing to fall as we are back underway. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive.
Well, Charles, in that first half, we saw a fair amount of offense on both sides of the football, and now the team trailing here will start with it in the 3rd quarter.
And we both know this coach pretty darn well, don't we? Because his game planning is always on point. And now that he's getting the ball to start the second half, how about all the offense that you already referenced in the first half? He'll put that all together and come out with something really strong, I believe, to get things going here in the 3rd quarter.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. He was held without a catch in the first half, but he's got one here, and he also picks up a first down. Looking to throw is Mahomes. And he lost the football. And the Seahawks have picked it up. And they take possession of the football and have it at the 30.
I don't care what the scoreboard says, partner. You know who's winning this game right now?
Mother Nature?
Yes, indeed. Precipitation's winning in a big way. Sloppy. All these turnovers right now.
Yeah, well, this was the forecast. We got what was forecasted, and we've gotten a lot of turnovers. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage.
Big stop from a guy who can bring a big hit, Nick Bolton.
On 2nd and 12, Smith going for Metcalf on the deep ball. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete.
And they're going to get this down to about the 17-yard line here.
So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on 1st down. Here's Smith. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today.
And the Chiefs will take over here at their own 14-yard line.
Yet another interception, and I just had to double-check my math. But it is now 8 between last week and this week.
Well, I just used a calculator. I didn't worry about double-checking it. But the thing that always throws me when you see quarterbacks in this type of a bad spot, they're trying to figure out what they can do to...
And he's going to go down. Back at his own 5-yard line, it's a sack.
Buried by multiple defenders on the drive's first play.
I think most quarterbacks would love to have the goal line actually extend up into the air and turn into a wall. They can put their back against it and know exactly where they are on the field so they don't end up in the end zone. Didn't do it on that play, but perilously close to the goal line.
They take a shot downfield there, but it winds up falling incomplete.
I know conventional wisdom says, hey, don't get it all back in one play. But sometimes you go ahead and try to. They tried to get it all back on that one. Weren't able to do so.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. James has got it. Complete. Give him 19 on the play, but they will still come up a bit short. And now it's 4th down.
Brandon, there have been some memorable snow games for championships in the NFL. 1948, Philadelphia Eagles, Chicago Cardinals.
Most famous one in my lifetime, I think, is got to be 01, right? Raiders, Patriots, to send the Patriots to the Super Bowl. The Tucker
roll, didn't you?
Yeah,
I think that's what people remember. I also know this. In Miami, the infamous one, the snowplow game in New England, when they went out there and the Patriots had a guy come out and clear a spot on the field for their field goal kicker to kick the game winner.
Is that 82?
That was 82. And the Dolphins fans will never forget it.
Well, we're not seeing one of those famous games here, but it's fun to be in the snow nonetheless. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
This drive is turning into an extended one, and the guy carrying the ball, he's becoming more like a body blows guy. Every carry is putting some damage on the defense. So after a while, I'm not too sure how many guys are going to want to run up and tackle him.
A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a first down, keep the sticks moving.
Now a run on first down is not going to get off the ground as they will get him behind the line of scrimmage for a loss of 3.
I think this running game, or should I say lack of one, is making this defense look better than what they really are.
2nd down, McKinnon. So from 2nd and long, now we go to 3rd and very manageable.
Yeah, they love that phrase, don't they? Because as an offensive coordinator, you can keep people a little bit off balance in guessing because you don't have to throw it. You can come back with a strong run game if you want to. And if you're in 4-down territory, that really opens things up for you.
Now on 3rd down, that pass knocked down in the backfield and incomplete. Boy, the numbers throwing the football just not trending in the right direction. Last week he was under 50%. He's under 50% again here.
And we haven't gotten an announcement, but it appears to me that he might be a little dinged up.
No, bottled up. Fumble. It's out. It's loose. And the Seahawks have picked it up. And his guys are going to get the football at their own 47-yard line. So they tried it. Not only did they not get the first.
Teams that are convinced that they feel pretty good about their game plan, what they want to get done that day, go for it. Give it a try. Hey, let's see if the defense can rescue them a little bit.
Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And that is caught at the 10-yard line. And he takes it into the end zone across the chalk. Now there is a flag down, but I think that's offsides on the defense.
Yeah, I think that's going to stand, partner.
Extra point forthcoming. Oh, I was just about to say he had missed an extra point all season, but there it is. His first miss, no good. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off.
Now this will be returned from deep in the end zone.
And he'll be out of bounds here just past the 20-yard line. The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. We have seen a lot of points here in this quarter. For us up here in the booth, it's been fun to watch. The defensive coordinators probably scratching their heads.
Yeah, they're going a little bit crazy right now. But let's face it, all of our friends who play fantasy, they're enjoying the heck out of this show because most of them are creating and getting a bunch of points.
Yeah, points certainly not at a premium here. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Jamal Adams on the safety blitz, too fast to handle.
Safety blitz, such a fun play call to witness when it works. And the deep man can get home for a sack. Great timing by him. Interception earlier in this contest. Now a sack. He's definitely campaigning for Player of the Week honors, isn't he, partner?
On 3rd and long, it's Mahomes. Open man, it's the tight end, Kelsey. And he will be taken down, but a big pickup there on what's going to be the final play of the 3rd quarter. We're off to the 4th quarter here on Christmas Eve. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Here's Mahomes to throw. This will be caught downfield by Moore. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. 39 yards there, a big one.
It's not often that you'll find offensive and defensive guys that'll agree on much, but one place they find common ground, you've got to protect or attack the middle of the field. And no one was there. What a big play, moving it down.
And in for the Chiefs touchdown. Sky Moore with 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game. And the Chiefs have made it a one-score game again here in the 4th. Extra point by Butker is on target. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Their lead back down to 1 score after the touchdown a moment ago. First down's a must on this drive as they start out here 1st and 10. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. Ken Walker, his 8th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Seahawks use the big play to extend their 4th quarter lead. And it's no good. It has not been his day. That's the 2nd extra point he's missed so far. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. And that'll be a little too hot to handle as it will skip through the end zone for a touchback here. I'll tell you, far from ideal conditions to play in, but neither offense has had much trouble. Plenty of points to go around. 1st and 10. Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete.
Okay, I'm not quite sure how to judge that one. Maybe didn't have enough legs underneath him. Mechanics might have been off. Maybe some fatigue. That one came up short.
Yeah, 4th quarter. Maybe you do start to watch as the arm there, the leg's still there. This has been a tough game. And he comes back with one complete. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. Mahomes to MVS there for the Kansas City first. You cannot write these guys off just yet, not with a quarterback like that under center.
You mean it actually crossed your mind with him running the team that you could actually maybe write this game off?
Not yet.
Not a chance. Not with him. We've seen it too many times.
He's going to loft one deep over the middle. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
Give it big credit for his coverage right there, because when he saw the route break deep, he stayed in position to prevent a completion while avoiding any risk of a flag.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35. Shotgun snap to Mahomes. He'll get this one to Kelsey. That's complete. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. That one good for 37 yards.
A very nice job right there, working the middle of the field, able to create some separation, and then utilize it to not just make the catch, but turn upfield once he got the ball in his hands.
Buying time to his left. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Kobe Bryant. And the Seahawks are going to take over once again at their own 37-yard line. Gosh, you add up last week and this week now. That's 9 interceptions in this 2-game stretch, and we're not done here.
It's almost as if they can't even believe their eyes. Or maybe, partner, is the confidence level in him so high that they believe he'll get out of it and make plays for them to win a game.
Well, they've said they believe in him. That's being tested right here. They're going to snuff this play out behind the line. We have not seen that much today. First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Now Geno. And the timing a bit off that time as that one falls to the ground.
One thing I have learned, receivers don't mind high throws so much to the sideline, but do that over the middle to them, and not only the DB's going to throw a little verbal trash their way, when they get back to the huddle, they have a few words to say to their QB, aren't they?
Yeah, hung out to dry a little bit there on the high throw. Luckily fell incomplete. Throwing on 3rd down, Smith. And now the ball's out. Fumble near midfield. And it's picked up by the Chiefs. And his guys will take over at their own 44-yard line.
Partner, that one looked like it was over. I mean, they had control, had the football, and the defense had to make a play in order to keep them in the game. That's exactly what they did.
And now that door ajar, 2-score game, so hold on here, not done in the 4th. Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete.
When you're leading in the final quarter, your radar has to be up for any potential deep shots. And probably not the last one they're going to see in this game, not as long as they hold this lead.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And this is caught inside the 5. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. Kadarius Toney, 56 yards. And the Chiefs have got it back to within a score. And that is off the left upright. It's no good. Here's the Chiefs kickoff unit now as they'll send this one away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Now, Charles, of course, you got to remember, last possession they fumbled. It led to a touchdown. 1-score game here. Got to be careful.
And this is where coaching and training really comes into play, doesn't it? What does everyone say after an error? Next play, move on, next drive. That mantra has to come to the front. They've got to take care of business right here and act like the last series just didn't happen.
And going right back to Walker. Gets past one man. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. 139 yards rushing for him now as his fine rookie season continues. No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the 4th quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
Now Smith. And his throw is going to be incomplete.
Well, he's smart enough to avoid the taunting board, but I'm guaranteed he probably has told them, you might want to stop coming after me downfield because I just broke up another pass and took away a big shot that you were trying to succeed with.
On 3rd down, here's Walker.
And a very determined run there as he'll take this all the way down to the 27. Good effort. At carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line.
So with your team leading in the fourth quarter, you know you've got to run the football. They know you've got to run the football. Sometimes that means there's nowhere to run the football.
On 2nd and 11 now. Smith. And incomplete on the deep ball.
Let's give this defense some credit now. They let the guys get downfield. But when push came to shove, they stood their ground. And now they're likely to force a field goal attempt.
Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long. Smith. And this will be caught by Metcalf for a Seahawk touchdown. A great play there. With touchdown number 27. That ties Priest Holmes for the 3rd most in a single year. And the Seahawks get an important score there to extend their lead here in this 4th quarter. And his kick is good, but flags come in. Looks like we're going to get a roughing call here on the follow-through. After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. They'll try and start this drive in the air. And the Seahawk defense gets to him, and they bring him down. The safety blitz turns out to be a great call defensively as they sack him for a loss of 9. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. Now Mahomes.
And he's just throwing the ball up for grabs now. Fortunately, that one going to fall incomplete.
If this offense can't get it done, they'll think back to just a few plays and say to themselves, this was a winnable game and we let it get away. Still a chance to save it, but time's definitely running out.
That's going to be caught by Tony. And they work this well upfield across the 45. 3rd and 19, no problem as they're able to convert. The big play has them all the way out near midfield for a 1st and 10. Mahomes will throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
Whew, that's certainly not the worst thing. It stops the clock and lets your offense catch its breath and lets us exhale a little bit. Now I expect them to call a couple plays in the huddle so they're ready if a tackle happens inbounds.
Mahomes firing complete. And he's got some space here. Touchdown. Travis Kelce, 52 yards. And the Chiefs have cut it back within a score. Okay, game on. Don't go anywhere yet. You got a one-score game now. Probably going to rely on the onside kick coming up.
Yeah, they have to. It's not a high-percentage play, but it's better than not having a chance at all. And
now the pressure gets there, and he goes down. So he couldn't get rid of the football, and that deficit stays right where it is. 70 seconds remain. This will be an onside kick. And the Seahawks, looks like they've recovered. They have. Well, fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Yikes, a 4-yard loss really sets him back now for second down. Throwing now, Smith. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. This is caught inside the 15. And they're going to get this down inside the 15.
Already over 1,000 yards receiving this season. That catch is just going to add to his total. Certainly not resting on his laurels. He's trying to continue to gain as many yards as possible and continue this big season.
So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2. Ball at the 6 here as they work with a 2nd and 2. Now Smith. And this is going to be intercepted. Mike Edwards picks it off. And the Chiefs come up with a late turnover, but it will probably only matter to the statisticians as this ball game is now officially over. But like all great games, it came down to the final snap.
Yeah. Yeah. Hold up, it ain't easy breaking away or being a great. They slamming the door, I'm jumping the gate. Cause a starving stomach like being punched in the face. And an instrumental was the last time that I ate. Food from all of the base. My ace boom goon, big son told me about the game. 20 years later, know my name. King, crown me, lounge in the back of the spot. Pay homage to an underground peasant, climb to the top. Funny style on elevators could never fade us. I peep data stain anytime they congratulate us. Goggles is worn and bottles is popped.